As you can see my shirt, it says, "See my heart, not my past." And this message is special for me. And I kind of wanted to share it with you guys today. Just for everybody out there which is everybody watching this, that's, had a past. As you can see it, I love this shirt. That's been through a lot. And the reason why those words are so special to me is because, once I decided to make a change to my life, once I decided to stop living my life on repeat, once I decided to no longer be that person anymore, once I decided to no longer settle in my life, once I decided to break free from my old habits, my old ways, and I decided to embrace this journey of change, you know as well as I know, everybody isn't going to believe your change. Everybody's not going to believe your change because they don't believe in you. And that's just hard facts. Everybody's not going to support your change. A lot of people are going to be saying, that's just a facade. They're just trying to fake it. And I came up with this because when I started my change, a lot of people started to talk. A lot of people say, it's not real. Why would he leave this and do that? Like, it's not whatever, right? They try to put these labels on me that my change wasn't authentic. And it's crazy because that's how the world works. It's like people will tell you to change. People will tell you to do better. And as soon as you start changing and becoming better, they try to chain you back to your past. They try to remind you of who you used to be and what you used to do. And I tell people all the time, I say, when people bring up my past and say the things I used to do and who I used to be, I say, yes, that was me. I used to do those things. I used to think like that. I was that person that you're talking about. But I'm no longer that person. I progressed my life. I grew my life. I changed my life. I moved forward with my life. That person that you're trying to bring up, back into my life so I can go back to that. See, that's what happens a lot of times, is that people will try to bring up who you used to be so you feel guilty about your change. So you feel guilty because you have some imperfections in your life. You feel guilty because some of your life is contradiction. You might be hypocritical in some of your life because you haven't figured it out yet. Because you're trying to change. You're trying to break those habits. It's hard. Change doesn't happen overnight. Breaking habits doesn't happen overnight. Some of you might be on the fence. Some of you might be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Some of you might be still living a certain lifestyle, but you're trying to change. You're trying. And I want to applaud you. I want to salute you. You might not have it all figured out. You might backslide a little bit. You might take 3 steps forward and 1 step back. I'm proud of you because you're trying, man. And if you're trying to do better, you know what that means? You're becoming better, because one day you're going to get to a point where those desires that you used to have no longer light up your life. When those things that you used to run to that would fulfill you, those negative things, it's going to come a point when you realize that those negative things can no longer do anything for your life. But it's a journey, it's a process, and a lot of people, they don't see the journey. They don't. A lot of people will sit back and they'll try to just sit back and watch you. They won't say much. They won't say they support you. They won't say they're proud of you. They won't say, I see you. Some people might say they're not mean it, but they're not really supporting you. They're just watching, just to write you off. Something I always say, and it's true. We live in a world where no matter how much right you do, people are trained to find the wrong inside you, to write you off, period. And so when I was going through my journey at first, it was hard, man. Because I'm like, these are the same people that told me I needed to change. These are the same people that told me I need to do better. Now that I'm trying to do better, now you want to remind me that I have imperfections? Now you want to remind me that I'm not all the way there? When half of the people trying to remind you that you're not all the way there are not there themselves? That's a whole nother story we can talk about. All these people trying to bring up your imperfections because they're blind to their own? So you got to realize we live in a world where people find significance and bringing other people down. We live in a world where people want to stop your progress because they're guilty that they're not having no progress in their life. And so I came up with these words. See my heart, not my past. Don't judge me by who you used to know, who I used to be, because I'm no longer that person. I'm a better man. I'm a better person. And so I want to share that with you guys tonight out there, because I know it's a lot of people, probably almost everybody on this live right now, that you want to change, but you keep being chained to your past, right? And people be like, who are you to change your life? Who are you to think you can do better? Because I know the real you. No, they don't know the real you. What they knew is the old you. And a lot of people are still stuck on the old you. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people don't want to see you become a better you because they benefited from the old you. Because they benefit from the old you. And so they're not going to influence or inspire, should I say, or motivate you to keep changing, because as you change, so does things around you change. Your mindset changes, your life changes, your circle changes. And a lot of people that benefited from the old you, they don't want to see you become new. They don't want to see you become better. They don't want to see you become greater. Why? Because they can no longer benefit from that. Because they're stuck in the past. And so don't get discouraged when people don't encourage you. Don't get discouraged when people point out your flaws. Don't get discouraged when people tell you that you're not perfect, because they're not perfect. As long as you know your heart, God knows your heart. As long as you know you're putting the effort as best as you can to become a better man or a better woman, you tell them to see your heart, not your past. And that's on them, what they want to see. But don't allow people to bring you back to a place that you know you're no longer supposed to be at. And I feel you. I understand it, because it still happens to me at times. There's people that still chain me to my past. Oh, that's Trent. I know how he used to be. I knew him. Him? I knew how he used to be. And you got to understand something. A lot of people are beneficial when it comes to supporting you, not supporting you. They're very picky when it comes to knowing you or not knowing you. A lot of people are chameleons, as I call them. They'll just blend in with whatever the energy, the environment is that's surrounding your name. So if the energy and the vibe around your name, if they're in a certain environment and the energy in that environment is, oh, that's a bad person, then they're going to say you a bad person. They ain't going to stand up for you. They're going to just join in on the conversation. And that's a whole nother conversation about friends and the people you're around. But a lot of people, what they're going to do, they're going to just join in on the conversation. They're going to down you. They're going to talk about all the bad things you did when there's no benefit in talking good about you. But those same exact people, when the vibe, the energy, and the environment is good, it's good when it comes to your name, when it comes to your life, then that's when they're going to say they know you. That's when they're going to say they're proud of you. Like, I want you to get around people that no matter what the environment is, no matter what the energy is that's surrounding your name, they're going to say they're proud of you because you came from somewhere and you going somewhere. Let's get it.